There is a lot of negativity in the market. I talk to bankers every day and they are not happy. Inflation is high. The cost of money is the free money rate plus 8-9%. So think about that as 15-16% as the cost of money for a deal. Really hard to make real estate work like that. Software companies work like that. Startups work like that. There's almost nothing that works for bankers anymore. What does work? Something has to be going because we can't just turn the economy off. One of the problems in our economy right now, I'm sad to say, is you, the American consumer. You want products, services, apparel, toasters, software, everything as cheap as possible. But labor costs are rising overseas. Transportation costs are unreliable to get stuff here from overseas, and it's getting more expensive. In addition to that, there's a problem with China. The population in China wants to get paid more, and the United States government is putting lots of tariffs on Chinese goods. So even stuff from China costs a lot. Well, there must be some kind of opportunity in all this. Correct. I'm Oren, and you may have heard me say there's two sides to every pancake, no matter how thin. So on one side there's a problem, on the other side often there's an opportunity. And in fact, in the United States, there is, and it's called manufacturing. You may have heard there's a resurgence in US manufacturing, and in fact there is. We're making electric vehicles here, and we're making Intel chips here, and doing other big energy projects. But those deals aren't for you or I. We do make things here in America that are amazing. Think about NFL footballs. I joke, but you do not want your NFL footballs made for the Dallas Cowboys in China. They're made right here in Ohio. Think about Tomahawk missiles. We don't want Japan, we don't want Germany, we don't want Iran or Russia making missiles for us. We make them right here by Raytheon in Tucson, Arizona. And of course, Snap-on tools, the best tools in the world, are made right here in Iowa. So Americans can make great things, but the question is, what can be made here profitably in the United States of America, sold to Americans, and even exported profitably to the rest of the world? Is it possible that the US is one of the best places in the world to manufacture things? Well, the answer is yes, if you look at it a certain way. Number one, we have the richest consumer in the world. The most amount of GDP, the highest amount of consumer spending capital, a $13 trillion consumer market. Said another way, our consumers will buy anything if it's quality and priced right, especially if it's made here in the US. We have the most skilled labor force in the world. Think about this. Families from overseas want to send their kids to Harvard, Yale, Dartmouth University. We don't send our kids to Shanghai University. We have the best training, best education, and highest standard of skilled labor. So if you have manufacturing that requires skilled labor, do it right here. The last thing is we have the absolute juiciest capital markets. For something that needs to raise money, grow quickly, and become a large company, this is where you do it because we have access to capital. And then after you've grown a company and you're ready to sell it, the capital markets are there too. There's 19 different ways you can monetize and sell a company. You can sell it to private equity, you can take it public, you can recap it. There's many different ways to make money for having grown a company. So if you consider what our consumer likes to buy in the US, if you consider our skilled workforce, and you consider our access to capital markets and how easy it is to sell a company that you've built, this can be the greatest country in the world to manufacture products. If you're interested in investing in manufacturing or anything else, well, there's a problem. In the United States, for the last 10 years, almost 100% of the focus on investing has been real estate and technology. So almost everybody knows how to buy a real estate deal. Almost everybody knows how to evaluate a technology deal. Almost nobody knows how to invest in manufacturing. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about how investing is done today, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's real estate, whether it's finance, whether it's commodities, whether it's fintech, whether it's medtech, whether it's technology, there are ways to do it today that are different than how it's been done over the last 10 years. I call that way the game of money. If you'd like to learn how the game of money is being played today, click below, join me on a short presentation, and I think you'll find some really compelling ways to look at deals you never thought of before.